When you picture the Great War of the Mahabharata, one of the most powerful images is Arjuna's chariot. But the coolest thing about it wasn't the armor or the horses. It was the symbol flying on its banner, a monkey. Now this wasn't just some random decoration. It was a symbol of incredible power, and the story behind it is just fantastic.
So let's get right into it, because this is such a great question. Arjuna's chariot had a famous name, Kapidvaja, which literally translates to the monkey banner. How in the world did the legendary Arjuna end up with the monkey god Hanuman as his personal emblem? Well, the answer is in this wild story about pride, power, and a little bit of divine trickery.
So where does this all start? Well, way before the war, Lord Krishna gives Arjuna what sounds like a really simple task. He says, go to the Kadali forest and just grab some flowers for a ceremony. Easy enough for a great warrior, right? Or so you'd think.
So picture this. Arjuna is in the forest picking these flowers, and he accidentally disturbs someone who's trying to get some rest. And that someone happens to be Lord Hanuman himself. Yeah. What started as a simple errand is about to turn into a major clash of titans.
Now this isn't just some simple misunderstanding. Oh no! This is a direct challenge. What starts with a request for some common courtesy quickly blows up into a serious argument, where, let's be honest, both of their egos get the better of them.
Hanuman, woken from his nap, is not pleased, and he immediately calls Arjuna out. He doesn't see a great hero, he just sees some guy taking stuff without asking permission, and he says so point blank.
Arjuna, for his part, is kind of shocked. He's on a mission from God, literally. He pushes back, like, hey, these are for Lord Krishna himself. How can that possibly be a crime?
And this is where the conversation takes a nosedive. Hanuman comes back with this sharp, sarcastic dig, referencing Krishna's childhood days of stealing butter. For Arjuna, who is completely devoted to Krishna, this is a massive insult. You just don't talk about his lord that way.
Ooh, that did it. Arjuna is furious, and he hits back right where it hurts. He goes after Hanuman's own deity, Lord Rama. He basically mocks the legendary bridge to Lanka, and then boasts that a real warrior, like him, could have done it way better, just with arrows. And just like that, a challenge has been thrown down.
So, there's no going back now. This argument over flowers has turned into a serious test of power and honor. Pride is running the show, and it leads them to make an absolutely insane wager with the highest stakes imaginable.
The terms they set are extreme, to say the least. Arjuna vows that if his arrow bridge can't hold Hanuman's weight, he will literally walk into a fire and end his own life. And Hanuman says, fine, but if your bridge holds, I will become your servant forever.
I mean, talk about conviction.
And Arjuna is a man of his word. As the greatest archer in the world, he just lets fly this incredible storm of arrows, weaving them together in midair to create this beautiful, intricate bridge. It's a masterpiece of archery, really.
Hanuman sees the bridge and accepts the challenge. And he does it by showing his true cosmic power. He starts to grow and grow and grow until he's the size of a mountain, so huge he literally blocks out the sun.
This is it, the moment of truth, the incredible bridge of arrows versus the immeasurable weight of a god. Hanuman lifts one giant foot and places it right on Arjuna's creation.
And the result is immediate and total destruction. The bridge doesn't just crack, it completely vaporizes. It's just gone, plunging down into the netherworld. Arjuna's pride, his creation, all of it just shattered.
For Arjuna, this is devastating. As a Kshatriya warrior, a vow is absolute. His honor is everything. Death is 1,000 times better than a broken promise. So he accepts his fate and starts to build his own funeral pyre, ready to fulfill his end of the bargain.
But just as he's about to step into the flames, a mysterious Brahmin shows up out of nowhere. And this stranger's arrival completely changes the game, stopping this tragedy right in its tracks.
So this Brahmin, and spoiler alert, it's actually Lord Krishna in disguise, he points out a really clever technicality. He says, hold on a minute, any bet or contest made without a neutral judge to oversee it is totally invalid. Basically, the first attempt was a foul. It doesn't count.
You know, for all their pride, both Arjuna and Hanuman can see the logic in that. So they agree. Rematch! Arjuna will build the bridge again, and this time, the Brahmin will be the official judge.
In this second go-around isn't just going to decide a winner, it's going to forge an alliance that will become one of the most legendary symbols on the battlefield of Kurukshetra.
All right, so Arjuna builds the arrow bridge one more time, but Krishna, as the judge, does something a little sneaky. He knows exactly how powerful Hanuman is, so he secretly transforms into a gigantic tortoise and places himself under the bridge, giving it some divine support. Hanuman puts his full weight on it, walks all the way across, and this time, it holds. Arjuna wins.
With the contest over, Krishna reveals his true form. Hanuman now has to keep his promise and serve Arjuna. But Krishna tells Arjuna, look, you won, but don't cash in this favor just yet. Wait for the moment you'll need his help the most.
And that moment comes right at the beginning of the Mahabharata war. Krishna tells Arjuna, now is the time. Call in that favor. Hanuman agrees to help, but he has one condition. He always needs to be able to hear devotional discourse. And the solution is perfect. Hanuman will take his place on Arjuna's battle flag. From there, he can listen to the entire Bhagavad Gita as Krishna speaks it to Arjuna. And that right there is how Arjuna's chariot became the famous Kapidvaja, the monkey banner.
And there's this one last beautiful idea from the story. It suggests that maybe, just maybe, the whole divine sermon of the Gita wasn't just for Arjuna. Maybe it was all orchestrated for the greatest devotee of all, Hanuman, listening in from right there on the banner.
So, Krishna's little intervention definitely taught Hanuman a lesson about divine power. But it leaves us with the great question to think about, doesn't it? What about Arjuna? What was the lesson for the warrior whose own pride started this whole mess? What did he learn about where his strength really comes from?